What's going on, guys? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video, and it is Friday, which means that all of the vendors have reset, and I will be going from place to place, DZ checkpoint to checkpoint, to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division to save you guys the trouble and the time. So if the video is helpful in any way, please go ahead and drop it a like. It's much appreciated and does help the channel grow. And if you are new, I hope you'll consider subscribing for more Division content. Follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. Okay, starting up with the special blueprints vendor. Let's see what he's got. We've got a classic AK-47 blueprint. If you're a fan, I would pick it up. Converted USC, again, if you're a fan, go ahead and grab that. Electronic D-pads, we've got a holster, high velocity mag, vertical grip with optimal range as the major attribute. That's not too bad. Electronics gear mod, I would for sure pick this one up. And performance gear mod, you could pick that one up if you want to. Also, you know, if you don't have luck finding decent ones in the open world. Okay, let's take a look at our exotics and what else we have here this week. Centurion has expert and skilled. The Liberator this week, 19% enemy armor damage, self-preserved, intense, and meticulous. Hopefully you guys bought last week's. The Pecan, 11% damage to targets that have cover with swift commanding and Pecan, absolutely not. The Cassidy, 314 stagger, dominant, meticulous, and boomstick. I would pass again. The Historian, 159% headshot damage, vicious, cool-headed, and history repeats. If you're running a skill build, you could get rid of Vicious for something else because Cool-Headed is on this already, and you could make use out of the Historian. Alright, how about the PP19 here? Oh, we've got a good PP19. 21.5% crit hit chance with responsive, competent, and hurried. You could even reroll off hurried if you wanted to for something else. You'd have yourself a pretty good PP19 right there. And what else do we have? Classic AK, talented, sustained, meticulous. Not too bad. I will scroll through all of these here quickly for you guys, just in case. Now, gear, it drops everywhere in the game, and classified gear is on the way. However, in the meantime, if you are trying to put a piece together, you know, a build, and you might just be missing one thing, I would pick up whatever you need. Make sure you like the build before hunting after the classified versions when they do come in the future. Alright, we've got a rapid chest piece here, which is actually pretty good. You could get rid of the all resistance for health, and then have skill haste as the two major attributes. Get rid of all resistance for health, minor, 53% ammo capacity, and 1225 electronics. Pretty decent. Alright, what else do we have? Defense chest piece, not too bad. You can pretty much get gear anywhere, but, oh, specialized backpack. 1157 stamina, over 12,000 health, and bleed resist in the minor. You could get rid of that for ammo capacity and have a pretty decent specialized backpack. And anything else in here? Pretty decent Predator's Mark backpack. You could bump up the skill power or change that to health if you really needed to. Accomplished. These are actually really good. If you want to stack up on your field proficiency caches, pick these up. Get rid of the all resistance for anything else at all. I would recommend health, and these are really good. You've got damage to elites on it also. Alright. Decent sentry pads. Anything else? Anything else that stands out really good for you guys? Savage gloves. Alright, the armor roll's okay. Stamina is not the greatest at 1183. The crit damage is low. It's got LMG damage and enemy armor damage. If you're desperate, and I mean desperate, reroll off the LMG damage. If that's not your weapon type, put on something else and pick these up. If not, pass on them and wait until you see a better pair. Prototype electronics mod. There we go. 250 electronics with over 3000 health. If you have bad luck with crafting, go ahead and pick this one up. And attachments, anything good? No. Alright, let's move on. Okay, upstairs at the armory, there's one item for sale here. It is by far not the best, but anybody desperate for an MP7, there's one here with 22% crit hit chance. Hurried, talented, and fierce are on it. You could reroll off talented for something else and have yourself a decent MP7, or if you're running a skill build, you like SMGs, you want to keep that, then you could get rid of hurried or fierce. Your choice. At the Dark Zone gear vendor in the base of operations, now he has a good pair of Savage gloves. 1194 electronics, which you could obviously re-roll into any other slot, or if you want to, keep it there and make compensate for that number in another manner. 4% health on kill, over 1200 assault rifle damage, and 15% critical hit damage. So if you don't have a better pair, I would go ahead and pick these up for the meantime.
It's cool.
Thanks. Down at Camp Hudson over at the gear vendor, anybody that is running the defense build, there is a prototype performance mod here with 5% Ballistic Shield Dmg Resilience. If you don't have one, pick a few of these up and put them into your mod slots for your defense set.
Catch you around. No hard.
Sorry you didn't see anything you liked.
Down at the Cavern Safe House, he has a Relentless backpack for sale here, which is pretty good. 1257 stamina with over 12,000 skill power and disrupt resistance in the minor attributes. You could reroll that off for ammo capacity, and you would have yourself a pretty decent Relentless backpack.
When you're ready to buy.
At the Wolves Den Safe House, he has one item for sale here. Now, it is not the best, but if you're desperate for a loud vent break, there's one here with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5% optimal range. I wish that was headshot damage, but it's not too bad with optimal range. 3% crit hit chance and increased threat on it. So if you don't have a better one, I would pick this up for now until you find one that has headshot damage instead of optimal range. Down at the Firewall Safe House, there are two items for sale here. First up are these pair of Savage Gloves. Only get these if you're desperate and you're running with a shotgun. 1143 stamina, 1100, almost 1200 shotgun damage, skill haste, pistol damage. Reroll pistol damage for crit chance or crit damage, and you will have yourself an okay pair of Savage Gloves. Again, get them only if you're desperate. And a prototype Firearms Mod, 230 firearms. That's on the low side. However, 3,324 skill power is nothing to shy away from. So pick this one up if you don't have a better Firearms Mod, or if you don't have the blueprint, I would pick some of these up.
No worries. Come back.
Down at the Grindhouse Safe House, she has an item that you should pick multiple of up. A Ti-Rant Suppressor with 7% crit hit chance, 4% crit hit damage, and 6% headshot damage with reduced threat. Go ahead and grab some of these and throw them on your SMGs. Thank you. At the Southpaw Safe House, he has a couple items for sale. First up is a Enduring Mask with 1247 electronics, 5% health on kill, and 12% damage to elites. You could literally leave this as is, or switch up the electronics for firearms or stamina, or the health on kill for enemy armor damage. On top of that, there is a prototype stamina mod here with 250 stamina and just under 3000 health. So I would pick a few of these up if you are in need.
No big deal.
At the Madison Stand Safe House, there is one item for sale here, a sturdy holster. So for those of you that may not like the new Nimble, give this a try. 1199 firearms, 1242 stamina, and 1228 electronics with 7791 health on it. Either bump up the firearms or the health number. Either way, you've got a good sturdy holster.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Okay, so moving into the Dark Zone, that is it for all of the safe houses. We are here at the 5th Ave DZ checkpoint. There on the map. He's got a couple of items for sale here. First up is a Inventive backpack with 1259 electronics, over 11,000 health, and burn resist in the minor attribute. You could keep the burn resistance if you want to and bump up the health number, or keep it as is and reroll up burn resist for something like ammo capacity. On top of that, there is a prototype performance mod here with 5.5% first aid self heal. So if you do not have the max roll of 6% anywhere and you've got the credits, I would go ahead and pick a few of these up.
Not buying from me.
At the West 34th Street DZ checkpoint, she has an extended mag here for sale. If you don't have a blueprint or a better one, I would get this. If not, skip it. 118.5% mag size, 4.5% reload speed, and 4% crit hit damage. The only reason why I said pass is the reload speed. However, if you are a fan of the reload speed and you don't need rate of fire, if if you do have a fast firing gun like say the Bullfrog, then you could go ahead and pick this up if you wanted to.
Think about
At the West 39th Street DZ checkpoint, there are a pair of Savage gloves here. 1239 stamina with 7% enemy armor damage, over 1200 shotgun damage, and skill haste. These are perfect for PvE, especially if you are a striker shotgunner, or if you do like to rock Lone Star. You could get rid of skill haste if you wanted to, for crit damage or crit chance if you want. The choice is yours. You have a lot of options with these pair of Savage gloves.
You're gonna regret this.
No, I'm not.
Thanks for nothing, asshole.
Wow, you guys are mean. Over at the East 34th Street DZ checkpoint, he has a 5.52 Holosight for sale. 6.5% crit hit chance, 4% crit hit damage, and 5.5% headshot damage. If you don't have the blueprint and you don't have a better one, pick a few of these up until you do. Trust me, this is a great attachment for your assault rifles.
If you don't want to buy, someone else will.
At the East 42nd Street DZ checkpoint, there's one item for sale here, which is a prototype performance mod with a max roll of 2% pulse critical hit chance on it. Those of you that are running pulse and want to stack your crit hit chance, pick this thing up, or even pick up a few.
Come on, I'm desperate here.
At the Park Ave DZ checkpoint, he's got a couple of items for sale here. First up, there is a Police M4 for those of you that are a fan of this assault rifle. 19% enemy armor damage with destructive, predatory, and accurate. Accurate being in the free slot. You can reroll it off for anything else that you like. Even something like ferocious, and you would have yourself a pretty decent PvE Police M4. On top of that, there is a black market SASG-12 with 334% stagger, responsive, unforgiving, and talented in the free slot. Once again, for those of you that like to run shotguns, you could reroll off talented if you wanted to for something else. Either way, this is a really, really good black market SASG-12.
you might regret not buying from me.
Alright, up at the East 53rd Street DZ checkpoint, she has a pretty good extended mag here. 120.5% mag size, 3% crit hit chance, and 5.2% rate of fire. If you have the credits, even if you have the blueprint, I would go ahead and pick this thing up for sure. Or
You'll
pick
be
up
back.
a few.
I know it.
Yeah, I will.
You think you don't need this?
Up at the DZ08 safe room, there are a few items for sale here. First up, a rapid chest piece with 1261 electronics, all resistance, 9.5% EDR with 53% ammo capacity. If you don't already have a better one, you could pick this up. Reroll off all resist for something like health, and you've got yourself a good rapid chest piece. On top of that, there is a Nimble holster. I know some people still use it, including myself. This is by far not the best, but not the worst. 1214 firearms, 1252 stamina, and 1153 electronics, with skill haste as the major. So leave it as is and take the major attribute, make it health, or keep the skill haste and bump up electronics. Either way, you could use these if you are desperate for a Nimble holster. Also over at this Dark Zone vendor here, first up we have a final measure vest, 1141 stamina, which is quite low, however over 15,000 health, 5% enemy armor damage, and 25% kill XP. Bump up the stamina, change it into another slot, or get rid of the kill XP for ammo capacity. Either way, you have yourself a pretty good final measure chest piece. And a Predator's Mark backpack is here as well. 1222 electronics, over 12,000 skill power, and disrupt resist in the minor. I would get rid of disrupt for something like ammo capacity, and you've got yourself a decent Predator's Mark backpack. Or if you really wanted to, get rid of skill power for health and keep disrupt. Not too bad. Last item in here is the Banshee Shadow Gloves with 1226 firearms, 935 SMG damage, 7% skill haste, 16% crit damage. Now you can get rid of skill haste if you wanted to for crit chance, and you've got yourself a good pair of Banshee gloves. Okay, and for our final stop of the week, up at the DZ09 safe house, there are a few items for sale here this week. First up, a Tactician mask, 1226 firearms with 7% enemy armor damage and blind depth resist in the minor. Get rid of that for something like damage to elites, and you're good with this Tactician mask. This Reclaimer support pack, 1128 electronics. That's a bit on the low side, but it does have crit damage and ammo capacity, which gives you the option to either bump up the electronics or change it into a different slot, or leave that as is, get rid of crit damage for something like health. Either way, it is a pretty good backpack, and you should pick it up if you need one. And finally, the last item of the week is a pretty decent one for your weapons, and we're going to visit him. Go ahead and pick up this Omega Rifle Suppressor, 17.5% headshot damage, 4% crit damage, and 3% crit chance with reduced threat. So if you don't have a better Omega Rifle Suppressor for your assault rifles, definitely pick this thing up, and also for weapons like your Model 700s. So there we go, guys. That is everything that it was worth purchasing this week in the division. Again, I hope that the video was helpful, and if so, please go ahead and drop it a like. They do take quite a bit of time to make, and I do appreciate it. I don't like being bossed around by the Dark Zone vendor, but anyways, that is that. Other than that, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content, as I do these every single week. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and once again, the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. Everybody in the PTS, I hope that you are enjoying and having fun, giving some good feedback, and that is that. Alright guys, I will see you very soon in the next video.